Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye and this is my world. All right, let's talk about the empath and the narcissist. The empath and the narcissist. This is like the perfect situation, okay? Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to all of the new subscribers. Welcome to all of the new viewers. And welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I appreciate you so very much. And I want to thank you for your comments. Just keep them coming. I read them every evening and it lets me know how you feel about these messages. And those who are interested in these caps, they are now available in my online store. Just go to the description and at the bottom you will see online store link. Just click on that link and there you are. For those of you who are new to the channel, I have begun answering your relationship questions. So at the end of this video, I'll show you a link where you can send in your questions, and I will either answer them on the air or I will answer them through the email. Okay? All right. So let's get started with this subject. The empath and the narcissist. Okay? I did pull a video to get us started. So let's look at this video and then we're going to talk about it and then we're going to read some letters.
Leaving a narcissistic relationship is not easy at all. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. I salute anybody who finds the courage to leave a narcissistic relationship, because sometimes people can't get out of it, because it's not easy at all. I had trouble myself leaving a narcissistic relationship, and I found myself many times going back. And there's many reasons why people can't get out of these narcissistic relationships. Narcissistic relationships are like addictive soul ties. It's a toxic addiction with a lot of love bombing, manipulation, gaslighting, discard, different types of abusive behaviors, and a lot more toxic shit. And a lot of times in these relationships, we stay quiet about all the abusive behavior that's going on. And we stay quiet about how we're being treated because we think it's love. And we don't want to see them as a bad person, and we're in denial and blind to all the abusive behavior that's going on. I know for me, I stayed quiet the entire relationship. I never told anyone how I was being treated, and I would only express my feelings to the narcissist because I didn't want to let anyone else in on what was going on and how I was being treated. And so what ends up happening is a lot of times people become codependent with their narcissist, especially people who are empaths or who have low self-esteem or lack of confidence. And then there's other reasons why we stay attached to these narcissistic relationships as well. A lot of times we're afraid to go meet new people. Sometimes we feel like we gave so much of ourselves to a person and share so many personal things with this person, like our bodies, personal secrets, personal trauma, our time, our space, our energy, and things of that nature just to leave the situation. And then we do everything in our power to stay in these narcissistic relationships because of how much of ourselves we gave up to these people. Despite how we're being treated, it's like we're blind to it and don't even care. And sometimes we're afraid of that grueling and hurtful healing process that's to come after the narcissistic relationship. And sometimes we're still in love with the person that we thought they were in the beginning. And so we try to wait for them to change back into the person that we thought they were. But really, that's never who they actually were. And sometimes we feel like we can fix these narcissistic relationships just by staying and fighting for the relationship. But slowly we're just killing ourselves day by day. You have to come to a conclusion that you're just done with all this shit. And you have to finally know your worth and just go no contact. And you have to stick to it. And it's not easy. It's tough. And it's a journey. I myself went no contact. And truth be told, I ended up having a weak and vulnerable moment during my no contact phase. And I ended up going back to the narcissist to find that closure that I never got from them. And honestly, it was the worst mistake I ever made because nothing changed and I never got that closure. It was the same result. And I was disappointed in myself because I knew better and because I was doing so well with my no contact. just for me to have that weak and vulnerable moment. But then I had to give myself grace though, and I ended up forgiving myself, and I restarted my journey back over again. And having to leave that situation, man, that shit still hurts. And it wasn't easy. I still grieve all the abuse, everything. And I also still grieve losing myself. But leaving that situation was the best decision I ever made. Because all the abuse, all the emotional neglect that I felt, all the emotional neglect that I experienced, after how lonely I felt, God ended up showing me my worth, and He ended up showing me all the things that I deserve from a woman. And God ended up taking me out of a situation that He knew wasn't good for me. And He has filled me up with the things that I needed right now. And I'm in such a better place now. But I had to leave that situation for me to get these blessings from God. And to whoever is listening right now, leaving a narcissistic relationship is not easy, but it's possible. And the healing process after it is not easy. It's grueling and it hurts, but it's possible. And it's worth it as well. And you'll get through it. You just gotta stick to it and know your worth.
As the fella said in the video, understanding the narcissist and the empath relationship. The empath, number one, is a person that shows a lot of compassion. You understand? And this is what a narcissist is looking for. A giver. A giver is what the narcissist wants, because the narcissist is all about taking. You understand? The narcissist isn't about giving. He's about taking all of your energy. And the empath gives the energy. And also, another thing about empaths is that they can feel other folks' energy. You understand? And many times, the energy can be heavy. It can be a destructive energy, and they feel this. And they feel this. It can be painful for the empath. Okay? Now, I pulled a little comparison here that I want to read to you about the empath versus sympathy. Empathy is shown in how much compassion and understanding you can give to another. And sympathy is that you have pity for another. You understand? So the empath has the ability to understand someone's feelings. You see? And the narcissist feeds on that. He actually feeds on that. The reason why empathy is so important is that it helps us better understand how others are feeling and even feel it for ourselves. That's empathy. And that's what the empaths are feeling when they're with the narcissist. But the narcissist hates the empath for that, because the empath can feel things that the narcissist cannot. The empath can love, and the narcissist cannot. And this is where the love-hatred comes in, you see? And the narcissist wants to destroy the empath. But the empath continuously is drawn to the narcissist, because the empath feels like with the love and the caring that they can help. The empath wants to help. You understand? And wants to heal. But the narcissist is only there to take advantage of that. Okay? So we got a letter here. And let's dig into the letter. All right? Here we go. Here's a young lady. I am currently on a healing journey, but I feel like I keep getting sucked back in with the narcissist. To make a long story short, I never knew he was a narc, and sometimes I even questioned if he really is, but I know for sure that he has the tendencies. He's my oldest child's father, and the abuse started about 2 years ago. What made it so confusing is that he was not always mean. He was my backbone at one point, always helping me with my 2 children, very supportive, and anything we needed, he had our back. And then he became very cruel, mean at times, and verbally abused me. I had no idea what was happening to me until the universe started to reveal it. Now, see, this is it. When the more spiritual you become, the universe will reveal these things to you. Okay? We are not in a relationship and we do not live together. But I feel like he just won't let me go sometimes. I feel like I'll never be free. You can be free, but you'll have to work on it. It takes work. Just like the guy said in the video. It's a hard thing because you're so tied to the narcissist, but it can be broken. Okay? And I will put it in the video, how to break a soul tie with the narcissist. Okay? When I block him, he leaves me voice messages. And one time he even showed up at my house 3 times in one day. I don't know what to do. I recently gave in after 3 months and we had sex. You see? This is why he didn't give up. He wants to break you down. And I'm going to tell you, I understand this because the narcissist that I was involved with did the same thing to me. And I did comply with sex until I caught on what was really happening. Okay? Because, see, when they try to come back, they come back acting as if it's all going to be different. But it's not. When you get involved with them again, you hop right back on that same roller coaster. And he takes you through those same abusive changes again. Okay? Let's see what else you say here. And I instantly felt I made a bad decision. I also think he's on the DL. Oh my goodness. He's an ex-convict who's 20 years older than me. And he has a weird anal sex fetish. That's a part of the reason I stopped having sex with him. Yeah. You're right. Your gut tell you that he's on the DL. He is. He is. A lot of narcissists is. Whether they went to prison or not. You understand? Because that evil spirit doesn't care where the supply comes from. Man, woman, children, he doesn't care. It's demonic. You understand? And you need to understand this. And if you're with a man that wants that anal sex and he's been to prison, 9 times out of 10, he's on the DL. He hasn't stopped. Why stop? You understand? He's getting anal from you and probably from men. Okay? When I would feel like I was being sexually assaulted and drained of all my energy. That's exactly what was happening. You see, narcissists are energy vampires. And just like the vampire that you see on TV, where he needs blood, and he doesn't care where he gets the blood from. He'll get it from old people, young people, children, animals. It doesn't matter. This is the same energy in the narcissist. He doesn't care where he get that energy from. When the opportunity arises, he will take it. Okay? And when he has sex with you, that's why he's draining that energy. Just like the vampire. When he latches onto you and he just drains you of the blood, the narcissist drains you of your energy. You see? And sex is a great way for him to get it all. Okay? I just want to heal and move on, but I feel like I keep getting sucked back in. And to make it worse, I now believe my other child's father is also a narcissist. He does a lot of ghosting and lying, but I never thought he was until I spoke with one of his other baby mamas, and her story sounded just like the one with my oldest son's father. I now believe he is one as well, and he's just much sneakier and does a lot of ghosting. Any advice you can give me, I would greatly appreciate it. My advice is to heal from narcissistic abuse first. You have to heal so that you won't keep attracting these narcissists. You see, I believe that narcissists come into your life to teach you a lesson. And the lesson is, don't accept disrespect and abuse from anyone. This is something that you needed to learn. But if you don't learn this lesson, that's why other narcissists come back until you learn the lesson. You see, this is what life is all about. Challenges, you need to learn the lesson, and then you can move to something better. But you got two narcissists here because you didn't learn it from the first narcissist. So now here's another one. Learn this lesson. Block this narcissist. Do not go back to the narcissist. Do not take the narcissist back. He is only killing you, sucking the very life out of you, and he will leave you in devastation. That's all he's got. He doesn't love you. He can never love you. It's all about taking advantage of you. And see, once you get that in your mind, he won't be looking so attractive. He's only there to destroy you, no matter what he says. Understand? And he will never change. He's already changed. The demonic energy has already possessed him. Okay? And once you get that through your mind, it will help you in your healing process. And again, I'll put another video in the description, how to break the soul tie and how to start your spiritual awakening. You see, this is how I broke the narcissistic curse from my life, through my spiritual awakening. Okay? And breaking the soul tie, you can do it all through your spiritual awakening. Okay? So I hope that you understand that message, and I really hope it helps. So let's look at another letter, okay? Okay. Here's another young lady. Let's read this letter. Spiritual feelings is what she says. When I was married to my first husband, who was a history buff, we were visiting a cemetery that was the final resting place of some famous people in my hometown. When we went into the mausoleum, I was standing at the burial room of a famous business tycoon and his family. All of a sudden, I felt sick to my stomach and dizzy. I felt like I would pass out at any moment. It was like something was telling me to get away from there. So I did. As soon as I got away from the room, the feeling passed. I told my then husband that he didn't think much of it. We went back to the same spot together, and once again I felt sick. I told him, I have to get away from here. Something is off. I didn't experience this in any other part of the mausoleum or cemetery, just that one spot. A couple of years later, I was taking our laundry to a new laundromat that had opened near our apartment. I took the first load of clothes in there and had a strange feeling again. Nausea, sweating, lightheaded. I thought, oh, it's just the heat, as it was a summer day and quite warm outside. However, on my second trip to being more clothes inside, the feeling got worse. I told myself, get out of here now. I grabbed my things and used the rolling basket to take everything back to the car in one trip. I left the basket on the sidewalk because I couldn't bring myself to go back inside. As soon as I got away from the building, I felt normal again. Less than 6 months later, the laundromat closed. I have often wondered if my spirit was picking up on some negative energy. Yes, it was. And maybe you're one of those super empaths that really feel energies very strong. You can feel positive, and you definitely can feel negative energies. And whenever you feel this, you're doing the right thing. Just remove yourself. Okay. You've inspired me to raise my vibration and start on a spiritual journey. I was raised and baptized Roman Catholic, but I had gotten away from religious tradition and considered myself a spiritualist for many years. I heard on another broadcast of a young lady who experienced physical pain when she went out on crowds and due to being an empath. I have not experienced physical pain per se, but I wanted to ask your opinion about two situations that happened to me. Yeah, these situations happened to you because it sounds like you're an empath. That's what it sounds like. And you did the right thing. Remove yourself from any area where you feel toxicity or negative energies. Okay? And if others are with you, maybe they'll listen to you too and just move away, because these energies can affect you. That's why they're there. They're just waiting to affect certain people. Okay? So be careful. I hope that message helps, and I hope that you understand. Okay. Let's read this letter. I am a 31-year-old woman. I have been single for over 5 years. I met a guy about 2 months ago. He seemed to like me, and I liked him too, because of his good morals. We went on a couple of dates, and after that, we started spending a long time talking over the phone. It was all good until he suddenly stopped calling me and stopped being invested. 2 days ago, I noticed that he has changed his profile picture on Instagram, and his behavior toward me has changed too. We used to play chess together online, and now I've found out that he has added a new girl, and the girl has his picture as a profile picture. It seems like they are dating each other. I was devastated when I found out. You was devastated when you found out. Also, during our video calls, I started getting comfortable with him and once showed him my boobs to spice things up. Do you think he lost respect for me because of that and decided to discard me? Well, I don't know. I don't know if he discarded you because of that. It's not a good idea for you to do that ever again. I can tell you that part. And I know why you did it, because the women feel like they throw the sex out there. They think it's some kind of trap or hook or whatever, and it's not. The trap or the hook is hooking you, not the man, when you do things like that. You understand? It's you the one that's going to get hurt, not him. So now the thing about it is, maybe you weren't his cup of tea. Apparently you were not. And it looks like he used the dating experience to get to know you. You understand? It doesn't sound like you took advantage of the dating experience to get to know him. Okay? Because number one, he showing your body off, thinking that that's going to get him. You understand? No. And he wasn't turned off by that. He was probably turned off during the dates. He just found that you weren't what he was looking for. See, dating, just because you're going a couple of dates, it's not a commitment. You are just dating to see if this is the person that you want to commit to. But a lot of us women, we go on a few dates and all of a sudden we think we're in a relationship with somebody. You shouldn't even be thinking that way. You should understand what dating is. You date to see if you want to continue to be with this person. He dated you a couple of times. Apparently, you weren't his cup of tea, and that's why he moved on. It's as simple as that. You understand? Now, you did the boob thing trying to get him back. That was a desperate attempt. Desperate attempt. By that time, he was already gone. You understand, ladies? You are not the only woman in the world with boobs. So I don't even know why you did that. It's not that. You don't want a man just to want you because of your body. You want a man to want you because of who you are. You understand? You said that you liked this man because he had good morals. Well, where were your morals? Where why would you do something like this? Listen, ladies. Dating is just trying to get to know the other person to see if you want to be in a relationship with this person. Just because you go on a few dates doesn't mean that you're in a relationship. And I hope that you understand this message. You were just not this man's cup of tea, that's it. And he moved on. Okay? And you shouldn't have been devastated, but you were, because you didn't spend your time dating wisely. You felt like dating him, you had a relationship. No. The relationship really could be a next step from dating, but dating, you're just going out, enjoying each other to see if this is the type of person that you want to be in a relationship with. Okay? I hope that you understand that. And he didn't commit to you, and he moved on. Okay? So let's see another letter here. Okay? This one is about toxic people. Okay? I have always been a sensitive person growing up. You're probably an empath. In fact, you say, I'm also an empath. I am not sensitive to the point where if someone says something that I dislike, I'll go cry somewhere. I'm not sensitive like that. However, I'm a person that it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Well, I hope you're not that sensitive because, I'm pretty blunt in the way that I say things, but I don't want to upset. I don't say things to try to upset anybody. It's just my personality. I'm just straightforward. Okay? So I hope I don't say anything here that's offensive. Okay? I have been told some stone cold truths about myself from a person that I truly respected, loved, always confided in, and highly valued their opinion. This person is deceased, which is why I'm speaking in past tense. This person always gave me the truth, but I never felt like it was coming from a harsh place, always out of love. Fast forward, I was with a man for almost 3 years before I broke the relationship off last year. He was what I consider to have an abrasive, harsh personality. Everything that came out of his mouth was harsh, made me feel low depending on what was being said, and was always seemingly to repeat things over to me as if I was a child that needed to constantly be told to do something. Constantly going through this made me pull away from him as it began to tremendously affect me. I know it would, because he's chipping away on your self-esteem every day with this abuse. I also saw how he interacted with and talked about other people. Always a high and mighty attitude about himself. Yeah, because he sounds like a narcissist, and he sounds like an overt narcissist. Those narcissists that are just out there, thinking that they are above everybody else. That's what he sounds like. I also have a sister who is the same way. Just diarrhea at the mouth. Just says whatever, it is like it is. Doesn't care whose feelings they hurt. Always talking about other people and their situations. Yeah, these people are very toxic. You name it, just offensive. When I am on the phone with her, I have to hang up sometimes because she has said many things in just one phone call to annoy the hell out of me. I hate when people wear this "I am just blunt. I tell it like it is," as if it's a badge of honor or something, not realizing that they hurt other people's feelings. They make people want to be around them less, engage with them less. I've always noticed that these type of people have less friends and very unfavorable. My question is how to handle harsh, abrasive people and their personality. Well, these people are toxic and they make you feel awful. Okay? You need to let go of these people. Period. It sounds like you were in a relationship with a narcissist. And the videos in the description should help you break that tie with that and to heal from narcissistic abuse. And you're an empath and you have been totally abused. Okay? Now you got your sister and you got your last relationship with a narcissist, with toxic people. Now you've broken the bond with the man that you were involved with, but watch out, don't let him come back. Because if he's a narcissist, he will try to come back. Okay? And you see, narcissists are drawn to the empath because the empath is a giver and the narcissist is a taker. So that's what makes that bond. So when they find an empath, it's a good supply for the narcissist. Now the narcissist is abusive because that's the spirit. The spirit is there to abuse you and to suck you of all of your energy. Okay? Now you say in the letter that it's not what people say, but it's how they say it, which tells me that you are pretty sensitive. You are pretty sensitive. Now, through your spiritual healing, ask for a tough skin. You need to toughen up a bit so you're not affected by what people say or how they say it. So you need to heal from that. And it will make you tougher and will protect you where whatever they say, whatever they do will just go past you. You understand? And you'll get that through healing. And that's exactly what you need here. You're still fragile. And it's only been a year since you got rid of that fella. But who knows? Maybe you had other relationships back to back, just like that one. If you haven't healed. If you haven't healed, it will continue in every relationship you have from now on. So spend time on yourself, loving yourself, doing your meditations, your affirmations, and being at peace. The empath is a very special person. You're a blessed person. You feel how other people feel. And that's why you want to help people. Because you can feel their pain. When you're with a narcissist, he takes advantage, full advantage of that. Full advantage. I know when I was with the narcissist, I saw a lot of ways that I can help him. And I'm always trying to do things. When I offered a helping hand, he would constantly bite it. He would take, but he would be abusive. Sometimes he would be extremely abusive. And what would I do? I would just walk away. I would just walk away holding that pain and trying to find some relief. You see, I would just hold it in. But during my spiritual healing, it came out. All of that pain that I had put away from being with the narcissist, during my spiritual healing, it flooded out. All of that pain, it was released. It's a journey. It's not an overnight thing. But many of us have been abused by narcissists, and we don't realize it. We don't realize what has happened to us. But we need to be healed. Healing is extremely important, okay, to have a happy life from this. Now, we do have one other letter here that maybe I can try to squeeze in. This one is a short letter. All right, so we're going to try to squeeze this one in. I have been divorced and single since 2003. Dated a few men afterwards. Alcoholic, was terrible, moved in, didn't pay rent, broke stuff, cursed, abusive, etc. It took a while to get rid of him. Don't let men move in. That's a very bad idea. The other guy was pretty much a narcissist, mean, cheater, a mama's boy, lived off women, never me, and tried to circle back to me. I went cold turkey, no contact. Good you did, because a narcissist will always try to come back, come back, come back. Never take them back. It seems as if women are trying to take you down if you are not desperate to have a man. Okay. One lady told me, at my age, 58 and older, a lot of men are not well and looking for someone to take care of them. Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of older men out there looking for somebody to take care of them. You know, they're not healthy. Like they say, they're looking for a nurse with a purse. Okay? All right. Then I get a response from a woman, you are too young to be alone. You are going to be an old maid. Listen, that was a term from way yesterday when women didn't work. You know, women's job was just to marry, bear children, and take care of the home. You see? And then they came up with the whole thing, the old maid, if a man did not choose you to marry. In those days, the men went out and chose women to marry. And the women that weren't chosen, they were sacked with that word, you're an old maid, or you're a spinster, because no man chose you. Listen, ladies. In today's world, if no man chooses you, you look at that as a blessing. What you need him for anyway? If you are self-sufficient in your own right, you can stand on your own 2 feet. You don't need a man to support you. And no man has approached you, don't you feel bad? You feel happy. You feel happy because you may have been saved from heartbreak and destruction. It's a lot of men out here who will come and take everything you have, will come and break your heart in a million pieces. You understand? So it's not a bad thing to be alone. Let me tell you, it's not. And I have been married twice, and I have been on many dates. That's why I can talk to you this way, because I have experience in these areas. I have been with the narcissist, have lived with the narcissist. I know how they operate. I know how men operate. And I know how it is to be single. I'm single. And I'm celibate. And I have been for over 5 years. And I am happier than I have ever been. I'm not looking for a man. I don't need a man. But now I'm open. I'm open. If a man comes along, correct, and is able to offer something, to make an offer to me. All right, let's get on this. He's got to make the offer, not me. He's got to come with an offer. And if the offer that he comes with can better my life, then I will consider it. You understand that? But if he doesn't come with an offer, I'm not going to even give him the time of day. Not the time of day. He can't just come up and just because he looks good and he's handsome and he comes up in a fine car and all that. If he's not offering anything to me, it doesn't mean anything. You understand, ladies? This is the thing. And a narcissist, now let me tell you, a narcissist will come to you and he will love bomb you. And he loves an empath. He loves an empath. Once he finds out that you are a giver, he'll latch on to you. You see? And he will love bomb you and do all of these beautiful things for you to get you. And once he feels like he's got you in that web and you are loving the narcissist because of all of these wonderful things he's doing for you, right? He'll switch and show you his true face because he feels like he's already bonded to you now. And it's going to be difficult for you to get away. It's just like fishing. Once the fisherman's got that fish on the hook, then he can grab him and throw him in the pack or whatever he wants to do with him. That's the way the narcissist is doing you. Once he's got you on the hook, now the abuse starts. But you're hooked. And you remember how nice he was in the beginning. And you're waiting for that person to come back. I know when I was with the narcissist, I used to tell him to his face, where's that person I met in the beginning that I fell in love with? That's the person I want, not you. And he would just look at me with no answer. That's the narcissist, you understand? So don't be fooled, you empaths. If you are an empath, you be extra careful because the narcissist is looking for you. He's looking for you. You are his perfect mate. His perfect mate. Okay? So I hope that you understand this message, and I really hope that it helps today. Now, for those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, here's the link. Send your questions to MissFayesWorld@hotmail.com. That's MissFayesWorld@hotmail.com. And keep your letters to one page. Just summarize your situation and ask the question. And for those of you who would prefer that I answer your question through the email, make sure you put it at the top of the letter. Please respond through the email. And this way it just helps things to move along a lot quicker. And if I feel that your letter will help the collective, I will read it online, as I have done today, unless you specify otherwise. Okay? I hope that this message helps someone. I thank you again for supporting this channel. I thank those that leave a donation. I appreciate it so very much. And thank you for your letters. I wish you all well. I wish you all much happiness. And I hope to see you next time.